What's up, y'all? This is DHR2. Welcome back to my Let's Talk episode. So we're gonna be talking about random topics, wrestling, and some NFL. So I personally think that when it comes to the wrestling world, it's going to be a whole lot of change. And then again, I'm not really surprised by it because you know we haven't had a war since the '90s, and I'm looking forward to see what's to come next week. So, starting with Raw, I'll do my review of it. I'm not gonna react to it. Same with SmackDown when it hits Fox this Friday. So I think I'm gonna see what else they can do. So, but yeah, I'm just gonna do my reviews on wrestling. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, video game lover 58? Nice to see you stop by. Yeah, man, I'm glad that you're here. I really am. It means a lot that you're in my live stream. So let's talk about um what's been going on with the MCU. So apparently there's this whole big debate on Magneto's character if Denzel Washington was to become Magneto. I mean, nothing has been confirmed yet. We don't know for sure, but at this point, I kind of just don't care about it anymore because every time I go on Facebook, that's all I hear about. Denzel Washington is the next, Magneto. I don't know. We don't know. They don't know. It's nothing been confirmed yet, official. But all I know is that the MCU is at an all-time low. It's been an all-time low since forever. So at some points, I there's been a whole lot of issues surrounding the Phase Four and how the issues I have with the Marvel franchise. I kind of feel like it's been gone to dead ever since Stan Lee passed away last year, and I kind of feel like if he were to be alive today, I'm sure he would not approve of what Disney is doing. So that's basically how um, I feel. But regardless, I don't know. So so let's talk about the NFL. And boy, do I have a lot to say about the franchise and my current team situation about the Antonio Brown situation. Feel like when it comes to well, I'm from DC. Y'all know I'm from DC, right? So I'm a Redskins fan, but at some point I'm just done with them. You don't see me with the you don't see me with the Redskins dog tag like you normally see me all the time, and you basically don't see me wear the Redskins hat, and I think you know why. Because the team as of right now is the Detroit Lions of the Washington Redskins. We are 0-3 this year. And what infuriates me about this team is the lack of motivation and the lack of discipline when it comes to the coaching staff and the directing staff. Dan Snyder refused to change his name. He refused to move back to DC where it belongs instead of in Landover, Maryland. And it seems like every single coach we get for our team, it's just not good. It's the same issue. Dave Gruden is the worst coach we've ever had since Jim Zorton. So we keep going from one bad coach to another, and it just seems like no matter what season we're in, we're always getting the same bad coach. We're always getting the same bad players and teammates and stuff that can't even stay freaking healthy for all I care. And Trent Williams, I don't know what's going on with him, but he can't even stay healthy for all I care. Because one, every single time that we play a team, we let a winless team beat us, and I'm always finding excuses after excuses rather than finding solutions. And if you actually think about it, we're not the only ones going through that. Every single NFL team is like that, but we are the worst team in the AFC East. So it's kind of obvious to me that this team is just not even in a good place right now, and quite frankly, they're not. So that embarrassment Monday Night Football game I've seen a little bit last night. Well, this past Monday. Matter of fact, I didn't even watch the game because I already know we're gonna lose. I already know the Redskins are gonna lose because one, the quarterback sucked, Jay Gruden sucked, the whole team sucked. Dan Snyder sucked as an owner. We refused to change the name and move it back to DC. And you've seen my last rant. I made a video on about the Redskins going to 0-2 against Dallas Cowboys. So this is the perfect time for me to bring this team up because one, I love the Redskins, but I hate them at the same time because how they're doing. Unless we get some discipline for this team, nobody wants to watch the games anymore. Even Fox 5 News of DC actually did a poll on social media about do they have faith in the Redskins, and a lot of them said no. A lot of them said no. And you wonder why a lot of people don't even tune in to watch their every game because they suck. Adrian Peterson didn't even play the first game. And even when he was playing against Dallas, we barely even scored touchdowns. And yet we let Dallas beat us. It's just sickening. Like, I don't know what's going on with the team. It's like every time, I look at the news, I see a horrible record of the Redskins. I wouldn't be surprised if they ended up going 0-4 this year. That's how that goes to show you how stupid this team is. As a fan, you have a right to criticize your team and get upset about how bad they performance. You can't sit there and tell me that you need to have faith in them. How? Of them losing bad games, not doing a job offensively and defensively? Defensively? It's like physically and mentally, they don't have that, that type of motivation to mentally get ready for every single game. And plus, they don't even stay healthy as well. So, at the end of the day, the Redskins is a joke. Right now, they are a joke. And until they change the last name and move back to DC, they're cursed. The Washington, I can't believe, you know what? I'm just going to come out flat out and say the Washington Redskins are a joke. Because they're not a good team at all. Because us fans just can't hold our frustrations and we need to let it out. Make a video about it on YouTube or just express your frustrations on social media. Just let it out. Don't hold it in. That's kind of like what I'm doing, just ranting about the Redskins. So yeah, it's just messed up. So another big case scenario of the NFL is Antonio Brown. This dude is epitome of an NFL pervert. Whether it's true or not, this guy just cannot catch a break. I haven't even heard of this guy until I recently watched the news. I don't know if he's played in the NFL before or he's a newly drafted NFL player. So Pittsburgh let him go because they don't want no tolerance of a pervert who is going out sexually assaulting women and stuff. Now he got traded in New England. He played his first game, and then a week later, you hear a news about him being released from the Patriots because of his problems. I think Antonio Brown has a problem of he has a sexual problem of when he meets a female, he feels the need to um, just flirt with her and sexually assaults her, touching her and all that. Whatever it is that he was doing behind closed doors, it's being spread out by the media, and we already know it because he just he needs help. Antonio Brown needs some help, bro. Like going around doing all this to females, and they're coming out one female after another, just coming out accusing him. Some people on social media is claiming that it's all for money. Like I don't believe her. Like we don't know. All I basically see is him, being about him being accused of doing this and that to females and all that. It's like he's basically on some R. Kelly stuff. You know what I'm saying? So don't mind me. I'm just chewing my ice. Yeah, he does. I think sometimes when you're caught up by fame and you tend to act selfishly towards the fans, being about you and everything, and just just making it worse by sleeping with every female just because you're a celebrity. Just because you're a celebrity and you feel the need to just do whatever you want by getting away with everything, breaking the laws and doing this to every single person that you hurt that makes you feel powerful, you're just giving this nigga way too much power. And to my surprise, they they could end up. You know what? Matter of fact, Antonio Brown saying he doesn't want to play in the NFL anymore. Good, cause he has a problem. Straight up. This last topic I want to bring up before I end the stream. The Wrestling Wars will begin next week, starting with Monday Night Raw, then NXT, AEW, and Friday Night SmackDown. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a review of Monday Night Raw, and I'm going to review it and tell you my overall thoughts and opinions on it. And I'm gonna do the same with All Elite Wrestling. I'm not watching NXT because I heard that it did horrible on its first debut on USA Network. They hit a 0.75 rating. And when I seen that thumbnail, I was like, you have got to be kidding me. A 0.75 rating or 74 point rate. No, let me take that back. A 0.74 rating on its debut on. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I don't know what's going on with the WWE, but I think only thing I want to focus on is Raw and SmackDown and AEW. I'm just gonna do all shows, um, and probably for the rest of the year on my YouTube channel because you guys know how I do. So, and speaking of that, John Morrison has re-signed with the WWE. So he basically re-signed with the company today because he felt that other wrestling companies were just doing him dirty. So he probably heard what was going on with the WWE, why this company was being terrible as of lately. So in my opinion, he probably felt that he needed to resign with the company to make sure that each time when they do something good on TV, the ratings will blow up. And Lord knows, Ukes are making their own WWE video games to rival with WWE 2K. Well, 2K games are a bit boring, and what I don't like about the 2K video games is because the my career mode is very boring. When I mean it's very boring, it is very boring. You know, when I first played um the 2K15 game, no the wait 2K15 or 2K16, yeah look, it was one of those years that I played a game. That game mode is so boring. I was so happy that I was able to finish it. Good. So now they can start making games better. You know, yay! I look funny with a pen. All right. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh, I know. Do reviews on which is the biggest porn I've ever seen. Yeah, I think he is scared of AEW because if you look at my videos on in this past January, uh, you will notice that I post every single news, every information about Vince McMahon banning wrestling fans for wearing all Elite Wrestling T-shirts because they were afraid of competition, and I personally felt like this was a sign of him being a joke that he is of being scared, and he is scared. He claims that he's not scared of competition, and I think we all know that once AEW debuts on TV on Thursday nights, no, on Wednesday nights, we're gonna see what the ratings are. So, yeah, 2K needs competition. They probably do. I hope Ukes make. I hope makes their own WWE games too. Okay. Yeah, I think you already told me that. You've been. I mean, I don't think they want to do that because they'll probably file in order of protection like that Punk 6ix9ine did. They ain't, yeah, they are, but we'll have to wait and see. So they did the final episode of Raw. SmackDown did their final episode of SmackDown Live, and the show still sucked regardless. So I could care less about it. And so regardless, even though they did their final wrap up on Raw and SmackDown, it's still gonna suck regardless. But well, what you gonna do? So that is my episode of Let's Talk. We talked about Redskins, Antonio Brown, John Morrison, Wrestling Wars. You'll probably go to jail. So yeah, there you go. If you enjoy my video, thumbs up. Follow me on Instagram, DHR2. See y'all.